welcome to this week's guided reading with me, Becca Handley, the 14th through to the 20th of October 2024. So welcome to my reading. If this is the first time you're watching it, it's lovely to have you here. I do a 3-card reading every week where possible. One for the start of the week, Monday, Tuesday, one going in for the middle of the week, kind of Wednesday, Thursday, moving towards Friday, and then we have one for the end of Friday, moving into the weekend. I use different oracle cards each week. I'm also very interested in astrology, so I tend to follow a few astrologers and glean information from them too, all about the bigger energies. This week we have a full moon in Aries, my sign, so it's going to be quite strong energy because there's also something called a cardinal grand cross being formed in the sky, and that's when 4 planets kind of form a cross. So high voltage energy was the phrase I wrote down in my notes, and it could be around this time that old wounds start coming up for healing. You might be feeling quite vulnerable around this full moon, so that's really normal. Things are being pulled up to be looked at. It's about healing. It's about finding ways to reconnect with your divine spark, so kind of getting to the truth of who you are, remembering that you're not the to-do list, you're not your health complaints, you're not your kids' woes, you're not your parents' woes, you're not, the stuff going on at work that's causing you stress. Those things are part of our lives, but who are you? Who are you truly? Underneath all of that, you are light. Venus enters Sagittarius later in the week, and this is about saying yes. So it's about grabbing opportunities, stepping out your comfort zone, pushing forward on some projects, even if it's just taking one step at a time. Don't feel like you have to have all the answers now, but it's taking little steps that move you forward. So that is the kind of bigger energies going on at the moment. I am using the Elemental Oracle cards, quite holographic. Look at that, rainbows. So I'm going to take the cards in my mittens and a pause and give them a shuffle and see what comes out for this week. I call these cards, they're different to a lot of my other oracle cards. The card reading is quite sort of wordy, and it talks about the element in quite a scientific way, obviously, which is actually very interesting, but I won't be sort of going into that side of it. But I'll be getting more of the sort of spiritual message for your sort of work on the ground. So let's see what we have for the start of the week. We have a tree with lots of little clocks coming down, and some keys. And there's a lady here. I went to try and make it bigger with my fingers. It's not a phone bag, it's a card. So she seems to be clutching, I don't know, she's holding something sort of to her throat. Oh no, it's like a staff. Okay, so time, everything's timing. We can't push the river. We can set those intentions, but we can't make things miraculously happen just to our will. There is a bigger picture, chaps. You're part of something bigger and beautiful. So let's see what the little message of time is. 93. It says here, find out the causes of your procrastination or your resistance. Do not miss your opportunities. Maybe someone is wasting your time. Be aware of this. You have finite time on this planet, so use it well. Big messages there. So it's easy to feel that we're kind of against time, that there's not enough time. That's a very common phrase, isn't it, in this modern world? There's not enough time to do this. So we can play with time, we can stretch time, and if we stay really present, you'll find that you have more time to do stuff. And things like yoga, I went to a yoga class yesterday morning, and I just felt like the morning was so spacious. I got so much done afterwards that I probably wouldn't have got done if I hadn't gone to that yoga class. And the yoga class was, an hour and a quarter. So by the time I got there and left, that was sort of 2 hours. But yet still I got all these things done, and it gave me loads of positive energy. So how we use our energy affects our experience of time. So that's your card for the start of the week. And take time for you. Please do. It's very important to take time for ourselves. Middle of the week, we have a lady coming out of the sea. She's got nothing on. She's nuddy. She's got lovely long hair covering up parts of her that might otherwise be seen as a little cheeky, although we've had boobs in the oracle cards, so they're not afraid of a boob, these cards. But this one, she's holding a boob, a hand over her boob. I'm getting very caught up with the boobs. I'm going to move on from the boobs. Fluidity. I'm flowing away from the reading. Welcome. If you've never been to one of my readings, never seen one of my readings before, they tend to have a little voice of their own, little journey, a life of their own, I think is the word I'm looking for. Okay, fluidity, outer core. Let's see what this one says. No, not inner core. Where's outer core? Come on. Outer core, where are they? Show yourself to me. Oh, this is very strange. I seem to, oh, there it is, number 12, page 34, just in case you were wondering. Probably just wondering, what is she doing? Trying to do a reading. Outer core, fluidity. Be fluid in your thinking. Holding on to old ideas in a rigid way is not beneficial for you. A nimble mind is a healthy mind. It's never too late to admit that you were wrong or to change your mind according to new information. So, last week, if you saw my reading, it was a lot about staying flexible in our minds, not getting fixed into things. It's very easy in these kind of polarized times to kind of be binary on what's good and right, you know, sort of this spectrum of good and bad. But life is very rarely that black and white, you know, it's grey, many shades of grey. So where can you see things in a bigger way, maybe about yourself, about the situation you're in, about someone else? You know, we're all sometimes fighting a hard battle out there in this crazy modern world. So yeah, just be spacious and be mindful. If you're getting a quote for something or someone's doing some work for you, maybe get a second quote, maybe, you know, just check references, make sure that that person is good. And it's okay, yeah, it's okay to change your mind. Yes, it is. Right, watch the people pleasing in the middle of the week, because those of us that can be a bit people pleasy, we can sort of end up saying yes to things that don't necessarily sort of sit well with us, and then later on we have to deal with the repercussions. So be true to yourself, listen to your gut instinct. What do we have for the last part Friday going into the weekend? Fire. Oh, it's a potent card, potent fiery card. And we've got this fire. Fire is the element of Aries. So we've got this fiery, sort of volatile, potentially volatile energy. So again, be mindful of that. I've just realised that the number is at the top of the card, and it's linear. It's a linear book, so I can just look. See, I got very flexible in my mind there and learnt a new thing. These are quite new cards for me. Bear with. Live your passion. Allow your spirit to drive you forward. Don't overthink the situation. Now is the time to innovate and take action. Be a lighthouse for others, or find yourself a mentor. We all need a mentor in life from time to time. So that's interesting, because we've got this Venus sort of energy coming in, saying yes. There is something about propelling us forward into new places. You know, obviously if there's some part of you that's saying, you know, an instinctive bit that's like, that's not right, then you have to listen to that. But if it's more that kind of ego, sort of fear, limiting beliefs sort of mindset that's saying no, or just laziness. We can be a bit lazy sometimes, and sometimes we have to take a hold of ourselves and push ourselves forward. So what are you up for saying yes to over the weekend? Maybe there's an opportunity, maybe it's about going out and doing something fun, someone invites you to a party, go for it, go and have some fun, go and do something that lights you up. The universe, this planet needs your light, it needs your joy. So say yes if it feels good. Might make you feel even better. All right, thank you for joining me. Take care, and I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.